Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We started off. Like
Good afternoon to everyone present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the third day of our faculty development program on advancing teaching excellence through artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. I warmly welcome our respected management, faculty members, organizing committee members, our esteemed resource person, and all the participants to this day 3 session. Before we begin today's session by seeking the blessings of the Almighty, I now invite Mrs. P. Kalayarasi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science with Data Science, to lead us in prayer.
Good afternoon all. Loving Heavenly Father, we come to you this hours asking for your blessing and help us. We are gathering together in this 5 days FDP on advancing teaching, excellent thought, artificial intelligence, and cyber security. Your blessing upon our founder, father, and chairman, Reverend Father Dr. J. Arulraj, Administrator Reverend Sister Dr. L. Arulsili, the principal, Dr. R. Ruban, and resource person, and all the faculties of various institutions. Let this FDP will be on effective learning for all of us who have joining in these sessions. We give entering FDP in our mighty hand. We asking this prayer in this name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am. A cheerful welcome creates a wonderful beginning for every gathering. Now I invite Mrs. B. Bharti, Assistant Professor and 8th Department of Computer Application, to deliver the welcome address.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all to our FDP. A very warm and cordial welcome to our respected chairman, Reverend Father Dr. J. Arulraj, our administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. L. Arulsili, and our principal, Dr. R. Ruban. It's my privilege to welcome all the esteemed faculty members of our college and various institutions to this 5-day faculty development program. We are honored by your presence and look forward to gaining valuable knowledge and insights throughout this FDP. I sincerely welcome all the participants from our institutions and other colleges, and thank you for your esteemed participation. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to everyone, and I wish this FDP as a fruitful, enriching, and successful experience. Once again, I welcome you all.
Thank you, ma'am. We shall now take a moment to know more about our esteemed resource person. I now invite Mrs. S. Srimati, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, to introduce our resource person.
A very pleasant afternoon to everyone present here. It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Dr. T. Srikala. Dr. T. Srikala is an accomplished academician, researcher, and technology professional with 18 years of academic experience and 3 years of industry experience. She is currently serving as a professor in the Department of Advanced Computing and Analytics, School of Computing Sciences at Wales Institute of Science, Technology, and Advanced Studies, Pallavaram, Chennai. She holds a PhD in Computer Science from Bharathiar University, Coimbatore, and has qualified UGC National Eligibility Test conducted by NTA. She completed her MPhil in Computer Science from Madurai Kamaraj University and her MSc in Computer Science from St.Joseph's College, Trichy. Her areas of expertise includes cybersecurity, deep learning, artificial intelligence and machine learning, blockchain technology, intrusion detection systems, network security, and data mining. Dr. Srikala has made significant contributions to research and innovation. She has been associated with multiple published patents, including research works related to deep learning, machine learning-based health monitoring, Wi-Fi-based identity recognition, and stress level analysis. She is also an accomplished author having published books on blockchain technology, principles of artificial intelligence, deep learning, and cloud computing. Her research contributions include publications in SCI and Scopus indexed journals, with research spanning areas such as intrusion detection, blockchain, privacy preserved data sharing, wireless sensor networks, big data, deep learning, and financial risk analysis. With her rich academic experience, strong research profile, and expertise in emerging technologies, we are truly privileged to have her with us today. On behalf of our institution and all the participants, I extend a very warm welcome to Dr. T. Srikala. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you with us, and we eagerly look forward to your insightful session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your nice introduction.
Thank you.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Now I'm going to handle the topic empowering educators with cybersecurity knowledge and practices. This is the agenda of this FDP program. One is introduction to cybersecurity, common cyber threats, phishing and social engineering, password security, multi-factor authentication, data protection and privacy, device and account security, safe social media practices, identifying suspicious emails and links, respond to cyber incidents, and promoting cybersecurity awareness among students. Next, we are going to see about why cybersecurity matters in education. Let us think about how much information an educational institution handles every day. Schools and colleges have a lot of valuable information like students' personal details, academic records, examination results, attendance information, etc. As educators, we regularly access many of these resources. We use our email accounts, online portals, shared documents, and institutional systems to manage our daily work. But this also makes educational institutions an attractive target for cyber criminals. There are many users, many devices, and a lot of valuable information connected to these systems. Now, imagine that just one teacher's accounts get compromised. What will happen? It may seem like a small problem, but that one account could potentially give an attacker access to important emails, documents, student information, and other institutional resources. Good cybersecurity helps us protect the privacy of our students and colleagues, keep our academic activities running smoothly, and maintain the trust that people have in our institution. So, as we move through this orientation, I would like everyone to remember one simple message. Cyber security is not just a technical issue, it is an essential part of modern education, and each one of us has a role to play. This is the scenario of the student today's cyber attacks. In education sector affects 24% of cyber attacks daily. So this is a scenario of only educational sector. Other than that, we are having millions of attacks in finance sector, social media like that. So educational sector is very, very important to look on that. The recent cyber attack happened in our CBSE portal. That was launched on June 2, 2026. The class 12 post-result verification and revaluation website faced immediate malicious traffic. The portal was hit by a denial of services attack, receiving about 1 million hits in 2 minutes. More than 10 lakhs unauthorized file access probes were subsequently detected. Attacker later attempted a much larger 3 million packet attacks. The traffic came from both Indian as well as international IP addresses, making it difficult to attribute to activity a single source. Despite the attacks, CBSE said its core databases and system remained secure and uncompromised. This is the screenshot of CBSE post about its cyber attacks through their Twitter account. Next, we are going to see about the digital transformation of education. So this is very, very important. Today, technology has become a very important part of education. We use digital platform almost every day for teaching, assessment, communication, and administration. For example, learning management systems help us share learning materials, give assignments, conduct assessment, and communicate with students all from one platform. We also use video conferencing tools like Gmeet, WebEx, and Microsoft Teams for online classes, meetings, and collaboration. These tools have made teaching and communication much easier, especially when we are not physically in the same place. Cloud storage is another example. It allows us to store our teaching materials and important academic documents online and access them different devices whenever we need them. And now, artificial intelligence and other digital tools are becoming increasingly common. We are using them for teaching, research, preparing content, and improving productivity. And this is the importance of digital transformation in education. First, develop and enhancing interaction through engagement. First, expanding access to education, and then improving educational performance through assessment and fostering their self-learning and expanding their scope through digital learning and improve the evaluation of performance and follow-up. Finally, develop independence and innovative skills using the digital transformations of education. And next, we are going to see about what is cyber security. Now, let's understand what is cyber security. In simple terms, cyber security means protecting our computers, mobile phones, networks, applications, and information from unauthorized access. It is not just about stopping an attack. Cybersecurity also includes preventing threats, detecting them, responding appropriately, and recovering from incidents. Many people think cybersecurity is only about antivirus software, firewalls, or other technical tools, but that is only one part of the picture. Our everyday actions are equally important. For example, using strong password, being careful about the website and link we visit, not sharing sensitive information unnecessarily. In fact, human behavior plays a very important role in cybersecurity. Many cyber incidents happen because someone accidentally clicks a malicious link, share information with a wrong person, or uses an insecure password. So, cybersecurity is not only the responsibility of the IT team, every educator has a role to play. Next, we are going to see about the CIA triad of cybersecurity. Now, let's look at the three basic principles of cybersecurity. They are called confidentiality, integrity, and availability, or simply the CIA triad. Let's start with confidentiality. Confidentiality means making sure that information is available only to the people who are authorized to access it. For example, student marks, personal details, and academic records are sensitive information. These should be accessible to the appropriate teachers, administrators, or authorized staff, not to everyone. Next is integrity. Integrity means making sure that information remains accurate, complete, and trustworthy, and that nobody changes it without proper authorization. For example, think about examination results. If someone were able to change students' marks without permission, that could have a serious impact. So, protecting the accuracy of information is very, very important. Finally, availability. Availability means making sure the authorized user can access the information system when they need them. For example, if a teacher is conducting an online class, they need access to the learning management system and the required teaching materials. If the system is unavailable, teaching and learning can be disrupted. So, to remember these three principles: confidentiality, keep information private; integrity, keep information accurate; availability, keep information accessible when needed. Next, we are going to share about cybersecurity as a shared responsibility. Now, let's talk about who is responsible for cybersecurity. Sometimes we think cybersecurity is completely the responsibility of IT people, but that is not really the case. The IT team plays a very important role. They are responsible for maintaining secure systems, networks, applications, and other technical infrastructure. But cybersecurity starts even before that. Institutional management has a clear cybersecurity policy, provide the necessary resources, and make sure security is treated as a priority. Then we have educators. As teachers and staff, we handle a lot of important information every day. We need to follow institutional security policies and make sure that the information entrusted to us is protected. And we cannot forget that students. Students are also institutional systems and email learning platforms and social media. They need to develop responsible digital habits and understand how to stay safe online. So, cybersecurity is really a team effort. The IT department cannot do it alone. Management, IT professionals, educators, and students all have a role to play. If everyone takes responsibility for their part, we can create a much stronger cybersecurity culture. Next, we are going to see about common cyber threats in education. Now, let's look on some common cyber threats that educational institutions and educators may face. The first one is phishing. Phishing is when attackers try to trick us into giving away sensitive information such as password, financial details, or account information. Usually, this happens through a fake email, message, or website that looks genuine. Next is malware. Malware is malicious software that can infect our computers or mobile devices. It can enter through suspicious files, applications, websites, and links. Another serious threat is ransomware. Ransomware can look or encrypt important files and prevent us from accessing them. Imagine being unable to access lesson plans, examination documents, or other important documents files. It could seriously disrupt normal academic activities. We also have social engineering attacks. Here, instead of attacking the technology directly, criminals try to manipulate people. They may pretend to be a colleague, a student, an administrator, or even someone from IT department to convince us to take an unsafe action. Then there is a problem of weak or reused password. If you use the same password for several accounts and one account is compromised, attackers may try the password on other accounts as well. Another major concern is data breaches. A breach can expose sensitive information belonging to the students, teachers, or the institution. This can affect privacy and also damage the trust people have in the institution. And finally, cyberbullying and online harassment. This can have a serious impact on the safety, mental well-being, and learning environment of both students and staff. So, when we talk about cybersecurity, we are protecting more than about technology. We are protecting people, information, and the learning environment. Next, we are going to see about phishing. Let's take a closer look on most common cyber threats, phishing. Phishing is a type of cyber attack where criminals use fake emails, messages, or websites to trick us into giving away sensitive information. What makes phishing dangerous is that the message often looks very convincing. The attacker may pretend to be someone we trust, a bank, our institution, our colleague, a technology company, or even a government organization. For example, you might receive an email saying, your account will be blocked today. Click this link immediately to verify your account. The message may ask you to click the link, open an attachment, enter your password, or even share an OTP. One of the most common tricks used in the phishing is creating a sense of urgency or fear. The attacker wants us to react quickly without taking the time to check whether the message is genuine. So, what should we do? As educators, whenever we receive an unexpected request for sensitive information, we should stop and verify before taking any action. Don't click immediately, don't reply immediately, and most importantly, don't share passwords or OTPs just because someone asked for them. If something looks suspicious, verify the request using an official communication channel. For example, contact the person directly using a known phone number or official address. So remember the simple rule: stop, think, verify, then act. Next, how to identify a phishing email. Now that we understand what phishing is, let's look at how we can identify a suspicious email. The first thing we should check is the sender email address. Don't just look at the name displayed. Check the actual email address and see whether it really belongs to the organization the sender claims to represent. Next, be careful with the message that create a strong sense of urgency or fear. For example, if an email says your email account will be deleted in 1 hour unless you click this link, take a moment to think. The pressure is often a warning sign. We should also be careful with the links. Before clicking, check whether the link is actually taking you. If the address looks strange, shortened, or completely unrelated to the organization, don't click that. The same applies to attachments. If you receive an unexpected attachment, especially an executable file or an unfamiliar document, don't open it simply because it appears to come from someone you know. Another major warning sign is request for password, OTPs, banking information, or other confidential details. We should also look at the overall quality of the message. Spelling mistakes, unusual formatting, strange language, or generic greetings can sometimes indicate that the message is fraudulent. And finally, if you are still unsure, don't guess. Contact the organization or person directly using the trusted phone number or their official website. Next, examples of phishing attack. Let's look at a practical example of phishing message. Imagine you receive an email saying your institutional account will be suspended within 2 hours. Click the verification link and enter your username, password, and OTP immediately. Now, would you click the link? No, you should not click that link. First, the message creates a strong sense of urgency. It says we have only 2 hours. The purpose is to make us panic and act without thinking. Second, it uses threat. It says our account will be suspended. Again, this is designed to frustrate us. Third, it asks for our username and password. We should never provide our login credentials through an unexpected link or message. And even bigger warning sign, it asks for an OTP. Remember this very important rule. Never share your OTP with anyone. And OTP is meant to verify you, not another person. So what should we do? Do not click the link, do not enter any information, and do not share the OTP. Instead, verify the message through the institution official IT department or official portal. Next, understanding the social engineering. Now let's talk about social engineering. Social engineering involves manipulating people psychologically. Unlike some cyber attacks that directly target a computer or network, social engineering targets people. The attacker tries to manipulate us psychologically so that we willingly provide our information or take an action that benefits them. For example, an attacker might pretend to be a senior administrator, a colleague, or someone from technical support. They may say something like, I need this confidential document immediately. Please send it to me within the next 10 minutes. The attacker may use different psychological tricks such as fear, urgency, authority, curiosity, and sympathy. But this is exactly where you need to be careful. Even if the person's name, profile, or email looks familiar, we should not automatically assume that the request is genuine. If someone unexpectedly asks for confidential information, sensitive documents, password, take a moment to verify their identity, contact them through a trusted communication channel, or follow the institution verification procedure. So first, preparing the ground for attack before we face social engineering attacks, then deceiving the victims to gain foothold. After that, taking control of the interaction, obtaining the information of the attackers. Finally, after identifying the attacker, closing the interaction and save the evidence and report it. Next, the way for safeguarding our accounts. First one is creating strong passwords. Talk about something we use every day, passwords. A password is often the first line of defense protecting our online accounts. So strong passwords should be long and difficult to guess, both for people and automated systems. One important practice is to use different passwords for different important accounts. For example, your institutional email password should not be the same as your personal email or banking password. We should also avoid using information that someone could easily know or find out about us, such as our name, birthday, phone number, or institution name. So, very important rule is never share your password. You should not share your password with colleagues, student friends, or anyone who asks for it. Even if someone claims to be from the IT department, verify the request through the proper channel. Instead of using short password that is difficult to remember, consider using longer passphrase. A longer passphrase can much be harder to guess while still being easier for you to remember. And remember, not every account needs to be the same level of attention. Your email, banking accounts, and cloud storage may contain highly sensitive information. So this account deserves especially strong passwords and additional security measures such as multi-factor authentication. Next, how we are going to use the password managers. We have a practical problem. We have just said that we should use different strong password for different accounts. But if we have many institutional or personal accounts, how are we supposed to remember all of them? This is a way where password manager can be very useful. A trusted password manager can securely store own password and can also generate strong unique password for different accounts. This means we don't have to remember dozens of complicated passwords ourselves. One of the biggest advantages is that it reduces the temptation to reuse the same password across multiple websites. If one website is compromised and we have reused the password elsewhere, other accounts could also be a risk. Password Manager can help us identify weak, reused, or compromised passwords, allowing us to improve our account security. However, there is one password we need to take especially seriously, the master password that protects the password manager itself. Next, what is the importance of multi-factor authentication? Let's talk about multi-factor authentication. We have already discussed how important strong passwords are, but what happens if someone manages to steal or guess our password? This is where multi-factor authentication gives us additional layer of protection. MFA means that we need to provide another form of verification in addition to our password. For example, after entering your password, you may be asked to approve a notification on your mobile phone, enter a code from an authentication app, use a security key to provide biometric verification such as fingerprint. Your password is one key. The MFA is like having a second look. Even if an attacker gets a first key, they may still be unable to get in without the second form of verification. This is particularly important because password can sometimes be stolen through phishing, data breaches, or other attacks. As educators, we should enable multi-factor authentication wherever it is available, especially for institutional email, cloud storage, social media, and other important accounts. And remember, if you receive an unexpected multi-factor authentication approval, request that you did not initiate, don't approve it. It could mean someone is trying to access your account. Next, how we are going to see about how we are protecting OTPs and verification code. Let us talk about something many of us use regularly when logging into our accounts, one-time password or OTPs. An OTP is a temporary security code used to verify that we are the person trying to access the account. Because an OTP helps verify our identity, we should treat it just like a password. It is a confidential information. So one very important rule is never share your OTP with anyone. Cyber criminals may pretend to be someone we trust. They might say, I am calling from the bank or I am from the IT department. I just need the OTP to verify your account. Remember, the fact that someone knows your name, institution, or other details does not mean they are genuine. So, if someone unexpectedly asks you for an OTP, stop the conversation. Don't share the code. Instead, verify the request through an official and trusted communication channel. Next, what about malware? Let's talk about another common cybersecurity threat, malware. Malware is a short for malicious software. It is a software that is designed to harm a device, steal information, or gain unauthorized access to a system. There are different types of malware. One example is virus. A virus can spread between files or systems or may damage data or applications. Another type is spyware. As the name suggests, spyware can secretly monitor what we do and collect sensitive information without our knowledge. We also have trojans. These are the particularly tricky because they may look like legitimate software or applications. We may think we are installing something useful, while in the background, the software could be performing malicious activities. So, how can malware get into our device? It can come through suspicious email attachment, unsafe website, pirated software, or malicious applications. Sometimes all it takes is one careless download or click. As educators, we should therefore be careful about what we install and where we download it from. Download software only from trusted and official sources and avoid pirated or unknown applications. We should also keep our operating systems, applications, and security software updated. Updates often include important security fixes and protect against newly discovered threats. Next, what is ransomware? Let's look at the particularly serious type of malware called ransomware. Ransomware is malicious software that can prevent us from accessing our files or even our entire computer system. Imagine arriving at work one morning and finding that you cannot open your teaching materials, students' records, examination documents, or other important files. You may see a message demanding money in exchange for restoring the access. This is essentially what happens in a ransomware attack. For an educational institution, the impact can be very serious. Teaching may be disrupted, examination could be affected, administrative work may come to a standstill, and research activities may also be interrupted. One important way to reduce the impact of ransomware is to maintain regular and reliable backups. If important information is safely backed up, the institution may be able to recover its data without depending entirely on the attacker. But prevention is equally important, and if you suspect that your computer has been infected, don't try to handle the situation alone. Report it immediately to the appropriate institutional IT or cybersecurity team and follow their instructions. Next, let's talk about safe email practices. Let's focus on email safety because email is one of the most common way of cyber attacks reach us. As educators, we receive many emails every day, messages from colleagues, students, administrators, institutions, and external organizations. So it can be easy to click on something without thinking. The first thing we should do is carefully examine unexpected emails before opening any links or attachment. If an email asks for sensitive information or asks us to do something unusual, we should verify who actually sent it. Don't rely only on the name displayed in the email. We should also be careful with attachments. If we weren't expecting a file, especially from an unknown sender, don't open it immediately. Verify it first. The same applies to links. Before clicking, check where the link is taking you. This is especially important if the links ask you to enter the username, password, and other login informations. And another important point is sensitive information. We should not send confidential student, institutional, or personal information through email. And if we receive an email that looks suspicious, don't forward it to colleagues or students. Instead, report it through the institutional approved reporting process so the IT or cybersecurity team can investigate it safely. These are the safe email practices, and we have to check the mail appropriate content. It has the appropriate contents, proper spelling and grammar. Is the content is clear and concise? Is the subject is planned and the message is professional? And read the proof, and is the mail is containing the subject line and the greetings are respectful or polite. After checking this only, we have to forward an email to somebody else. Next, we are going to see how we are browsing the internet. We can browse the internet safely. Let's talk about safe browsing. We use internet every day to access academic resources. So developing safe browsing habit is very, very important. First, try to use trusted and reliable websites. Before entering your password or personal information, take a moment to check the website carefully. For example, if you are accessing your institutional login page, make sure you are actually on the official website, not on a fake website designed to look similar. Another common trick is the fake security one. You may suddenly see a pop-up saying your computer is infected. Click here to clean it immediately. At the time, don't panic, don't automatically click it, these messages can themselves be scanned. Close the page safely and verify the situation using trusted security tools or your IT department. We should also avoid downloading unknown software, browser extensions, or files. Keeping our browser operating system updated is very, very important. Updates often fix known security vulnerabilities and attackers could otherwise exploit. You may also notice HTTPS and padlock symbols when visiting a website. HTTPS means connection is encrypted, which is good, but remember, it does not automatically mean the website is legitimate. A fraudulent website can also use HTTPS, so always check both the security of connection and the trustworthiness of the website. Next, how you have to use the social media responsibly. Let's talk about social media safety. Social media can be very useful for us educators. We can use it professional communication, networking, sharing educational resources, and connecting with other educators. But we also need to remember that anything we post online can potentially reach a much larger audience that we can expect. For example, we should never post confidential student information, examination details, and personal records on public platforms. We also need to be careful when sharing student photographs and personal information. Before posting, we should make sure that we have the appropriate authorization and that the post follows our institution policies. Another important step is to check our privacy settings regularly. We should know who can see our post, photos, profile information, and other content. Information that we share publicly, such as our workplace, job, role, colleagues' names, travel plans, or other personal details, can sometimes be collected by attackers and used for social engineering attacks. So, before posting something, take a moment and ask yourself, could the information create a privacy or security risk? If the answer is yes, or if you are not sure, it is better not to post it. Social media should help us connect and communicate, but we need to use responsibly and securely. And next, how to protect personal and student data. Educational institutions handles a lot of personal information. We need to handle this information carefully because protecting privacy is part of our professional responsibility. First, we should access personal information only when we actually need it for professional duties. Just because we have access to information doesn't mean we should look at it whenever we want. We also need to be careful about we store information. Confidential student records should not be saved on unauthorized computers, personal devices, USB drives, or personal cloud storage unless the institution specifically permits it. Every institution should have policies covering how personal information stored, shared, retained, and eventually deleted, like ERP system. ERP system is only based on our university or college that should not be shared anybody else with anybody else or any place. We protect student and faculty data. We are not just following a cybersecurity tool. We are protecting people's privacy, dignity, and trust. And how we can use cloud storage safely. Cloud services have made our work much easier. We can store teaching materials, research documents, presentations, and other files in the cloud and access them from different devices. If a file contains sensitive and confidential information, we should store it only one platform and have been approved by institution. Before sharing a document or folder, we should also take a moment to check the sharing permissions. Many cloud platforms have an option such as anyone with a link can access. This might seem convenient, but we should never use this option for confidential information unless it is specifically authorized and appropriate. If a project or activity is completed, any unnecessary access should be removed. And just like with our other important accounts, we should enable multi-factor authentication on cloud accounts whenever it is available. So before sharing a file, ask yourself 3 questions. Who needs access? What level of access do they need? And how long do they need it? Share carefully, review permissions regularly, and protect your cloud accounts multi-factor authentication. Next, let's talk about smartphone security. Our smartphone have become much more than device for making calls. They contain our personal information, photographs, emails, etc. So losing a phone isn't just about losing the device. It could potentially exposing a lot of sensitive information. First thing we should do is protect the phone with a screen lock, such as a strong PIN, password, or biometric authentication like fingerprint or face recognition. We should be careful about the application we install. Always download the apps from trusted and official app stores and regularly check application permissions and ask yourself, does this app really need access to my contacts, microphone, camera, locations or file? If it doesn't, consider removing the permission. We also keep our phone's operating system and application updated. And what should we do if our phone is lost or stolen? Don't wait. Take action immediately. Secure important accounts. Change password if necessary. Use available device locking or remote wipe features. And follow your institution procedures if the device contains institutional information. And the way of using public Wi-Fi safely. Public Wi-Fi can be very convenient. We can use it in airports, hotels, cafes, conferences, and other public places. But we should remember that public networks may not provide same level of security. Ma'am? Ma'am?
Next, ma'am.
There is some disturbance. Okay, and ma'am, there is some disturbance.
Saraswati ma'am. Saraswati ma'am.
Please remove that.
Saraswati ma'am. Saraswati ma'am. Mic mute பண்ணுங்க disturb.
Shall I continue, ma'am? Shall I continue?
Okay ma'am. பண்ணுங்க ma'am.
Will you please mute their mic if you are host? Okay. There is another issue you need to be aware of. Excuse me, ma'am. Kindly mute them, ma'am. Ma'am, நீங்க போஸ்ட்னா மேம் நீங்களே ரிமூவ் பண்ணலாம் மேம். ஹலோ மேம். ஹலோ மேம். Shall I continue? It's disturbing. Can you please remove her?
Yes, ma'am.
அவங்கள நீங்களே போஸ்ட் ரிமூவ் பண்ணலாமா?
Remove from the
பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ்ல போய் ரிமூவ் பண்ணுங்க. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, we are using the Wi-Fi in airports. Okay. Is the PPT is visible, ma'am? Is the PPT is visible? We can use it in airports, hotels, cafes, conference, and other public places. But we should remember that public networks may not provide the same level of security as our trusted home or institutional network. This is another risk we need to be aware of. An attacker can create a fake Wi-Fi network with a name that looks very similar to the legitimate network. For example, you might see two networks called College Hest Wi-Fi and College Hest Wi-Fi. One should be genuine, while other could be created by an attacker. So we should avoid performing highly sensitive activities on unknown or untrusted networks, especially.
Madam, PPT is not visible, madam.
1 minute, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Is it not visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Madam, not
yes.
visible.
Now, sir,
No.
I think it's visible.
No, ma'am.
I can't. I can't share. Something was happened.
Okay, madam. Go ahead.
Shall I? Is this now visible?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so we should avoid performing highly sensitive activities on unknown or untrusted networks, especially activities involving confidential institutional information, banking, and important about credentials. Using public web Wi-Fi, we have to aware of this kind of attacks, man-in-the-middle attacks, no encryption if there is no encryption, and fake networks, and malware spread, and unauthorized access, and data theft. Next, how we are going to use our USB and external devices safely. That may look harmless, but can actually create a serious security issue. USB drives and external storage devices, they are convenient for transferring files, but an unknown or unfamiliar USB device may contain malicious software. Imagine finding an USB drive somewhere on campus. You might think, let me connect it in my computer and see what is inside. But that simple action could potentially introduce malware into your computer or even in your institutional network. So, as a teachers, we should never connect an unfamiliar USB drive to an institutional computer. If you find an unfamiliar USB drive in the campus, don't plug it to find out what's inside. Instead, hand it over to the appropriate IT in the cybersecurity team. sensitive information should never be transferred to personal storage without proper authorization. At the same time, important academic and research files should have appropriate backups. And help us take over important information if a device is damaged, lost, and affected by malware. Next, what is the role of cybersecurity in online teaching? Online teaching platforms have become an important part of education. We use them for virtual classes, meetings, discussions, assessments, and collaborations. The first thing we should remember is use our official institutional accounts wherever the institution requires it. It helps maintain better control and security over online teaching activities. So be careful about sharing meeting links. And important area is screen sharing and recording. Before starting a session, check who has the permission to share the screen or record the class. We don't want to unauthorized participants sharing inappropriate content. Like this, in this meeting also, some appropriate content has been included. At that time, we have to remove that participant. So we should also verify the participant. If some layperson joins the virtual classroom, verify their identity. If necessary, remove that unauthorized participants. And recorded classes, student discussions, and other sensitive information also has to be stored securely and shared only by authorized users. And keep your online teaching applications updated. And the cybersecurity and the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence and cybersecurity are playing a major role in our daily life. AI tools are becoming increasingly useful in education. We can use them for lesson plan and lesson plan and virtual classes and content creations, brainstorming, and many other academic activities. But while AI can be very helpful, we also need to think carefully about what information we enter into these tools. Depending on the AI service, its settings, the information we provide may be processed or stored by the services. So we should avoid entering confidential student records, passwords, and other sensitive information. AI is a powerful tool, but responsible use requires both technological and awareness and professional judgment. And next, deep fakes and AI generated scams. It is the age of AI. So AI can create very realistic images, videos, voices, and written messages. These technologies can be extremely useful, but unfortunately, they can also be used by cyber criminals. Imagine receiving a voice message that sounds exactly like your principal or senior administrator asking you to urgently send a confidential document. You might think, I know the voice, so it must be genuine. But no longer rely only on what we see on here. They can use AI to impersonate administrator, colleagues, students, or other trusted individuals. So, we have to use a known phone number to report that or official communication channel. Report it immediately if like those things happen. Next, cyberbullying and digital responsibility. There is no time, so rush to complete that. Cyberbullying is an important topic. So it's not about protecting computers and information, people, and creating a safe digital environment. Cyberbullying refers to harmful behavior carried out through digital platforms, messaging applications, social media, or online classrooms. It involves harassment, threats, humiliations, impersonations, sharing someone's personal information without permission. So, if you are facing like that cyberbullying, when reporting that immediately, take a screenshot and report it immediately. The sensitive evidence should be handled carefully and shared only with the appropriate people. So next, the topic is importance of backup and recovery. So it is simply an additional copy of important information. If the original files are accidentally deleted, damaged, are lost, encrypted by ransomwares, a backup can help us recover them. So having a backup isn't enough. The backup itself needs a stored securely and protected from unauthorized access. Next, importance of software updates. When we are seeing a message, an update is available, it's tempting to click remind me later. You may think I will do it tomorrow. But software updates are not always about getting new features. Many updates contain security patches that fix vulnerabilities and attackers could potentially exploit. So when we delay the update for a long time, we may leaving our device exposed to a security weakness that is already known. So we regularly update our operating systems, web browsers, applications, and security software. And we can also enable automatic updates provided this permitted for our institutional policies. Remember, update today, protect tomorrow. And what should you do after a cyber incident? Even with the best precautions, cyber security incident happen. You might accidentally click on suspicious link, open a malicious attachment, realize someone may have access to your account. The first thing I want you to remember is don't panic, don't try to hide the incident. Sometimes people are afraid they will get into trouble, so they don't report what happened, but delaying the report can actually make the situation worse. So stop interacting with a link, message, file, or application. Don't continue clicking or trying different things to see what happens. Most importantly, report the incident immediately to the appropriate IT, security, institutional authority. And when should you report an cyber incident? Sometimes we may notice something unusual and think maybe it's nothing. But in cybersecurity, it is always better to report concern early rather wait until it becomes biggest problem. If you receive an unexpected login notification or notice unusual activity, your account report it. You receive a phishing email or fraudulent message, you just report and ignore it. If your laptop or smartphone is lost or stolen, you just report it immediately. And cybersecurity practice for educators. First, leave the computer or device unattended. Mainly lock the screen. And second, use strong password and unique password. And then enable multi-factor authentication. And always verify unexpected emails, links, attachment, and unusual requests before responding. And if something doesn't look right, stop and check. And how we can act as cybersecurity ambassadors. Our role as educators in promoting cybersecurity awareness among students. As teachers, we influence our students not only through the subjects we teach, but also through we use technology every day. Students observe what we do. If they see us using strong password, protecting confidential information, and safe digital practices, we are actually teaching them important cybersecurity lessons through our own behavior. So we can make cybersecurity part of our regular classroom conversations. For example, we can encourage students create strong passwords, recognize phishing attempts, protect their personal information, and think carefully before clicking the links. And we can include it naturally in classroom discussions, assignments, projects, and digital learning activities. If we can teach students, reporting our problem is the right thing to do. So we have an opportunity to become more than just use technology. We can become cybersecurity role models and ambassadors. And the key takeaway is, first one is think before click. Whenever you receive an unexpected email, don't click immediately. Just to verify that is this genuine. Second, protect your identity. Use strong, unique password. Third one is protect your information. We handle a lot of sensitive information, so verify before trust. And next, verify your trust. It involves money, confidential information, password, and urgent accent. So verify and request through trusted communication channel and report without delay. So if something goes wrong, you notice suspicious activity, don't ignore it and don't be afraid to report it. Okay, as it is over, and I'm going to show how we can check our email has been compromised. It takes only 5 minutes. Only 1 minute. Have you seen my screen? This is a website known as haveibeenon.com. I'll share this link in chat box after this FAQ is over. Just we are checking our email ID. Now I am going to check my institutional password, mail ID, cikla.ses@vistas.ac.in and check this. Reporting that my official mail ID has zero data breaches. If there is any data breaches, it will notify us. And again, I am going to check my personal mail ID, tm@gmail.com. Check this. My personal email ID has 2 data breaches. So that is one happened on May 2022 by Question Pro. The website is known as Question Pro. They have obtaining my email addresses from my email ID, and another one is India Mart. They have accessed my email ID and hacked my email at May 2021, and they acquire the data, email addresses, names, phone numbers, and physical addresses from my contacts. So see this. So there is a risk there in our email ID also. There are several websites are available. If you want, you can go and check your email ID using this mail, this website. And another one is the screen is visible? I'm going to check my password
No,
strength. Wait a minute.
Screen is not visible.
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute. One minute, ma'am. Wait. Okay. Another one website is known as password bitchwarden.com. So it is used to check our password strength. Now I am giving my some password Srikala. It's informing that the time taken to it will take the time to crack only 51 minutes. Maybe if it contains some numbers, it takes time to crack this password 5 days. If it includes any special characters, then it takes 1 year. Another one is if I am including this capital letter, it is also taking 1 year to crack my password. If I am including another some special characters, then it takes showing 60 years. Okay, so however, we are making our password using several special characters, it may be making strength to our password. So like that, the password limit is only 8 characters. If I am giving only 8 characters, then it will easy to crack that password. So it contains some special characters, but the length of that password is only 11 characters. Then it is taking to crack this only 4 days. If I am including some characters, like 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, nearly 15 characters, then it will take 60 years. So the main thing is we have to use our password with a lengthy password. We have to use a lengthy password. Got it? Short passwords are easily cracking by hackers because they are randomly trying some alphabets and numerical letters and special characters. So it is easy to crack. Okay, thank you. I'm winding up my session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for insightful and informative session on empowering educators with cybersecurity knowledge and practices. We truly appreciate you for sharing your knowledge with us. Once again, we thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful session. Dear participants, kindly turn on your video for the photo session to make this as memorable. Thank you all. To express our sincere gratitude, I now invite Ms. A.R.T., Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for today's insightful session. First of all, I express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. T. Srikala, for sharing her valuable knowledge and expertise on empowering educators with cybersecurity knowledge and practices. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our respected principal, the organizing team, faculty members, and all the participants for their valuable presence and support. Finally, I thank everyone who considered and contributed to making today's session meaningful and successful. Thank you to all and have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, we come to the end of today's session. We sincerely thank our principal, organizing team, faculty members, and our esteemed resource person, and all the participants for making this session meaningful and successful. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am,
you
for
all
the
for your
opportunity.
valuable presence and participation. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kindly fill the feedback. Feedback, ma'am.
you.